Africa is a continent that has been for many years been an object of pity by those who put us where we are, and an object of hopelessness. But nobody will spring us from that despair and hopelessness except ourselves. You are told yesterday that all the commitments from the developed world about adaptation funds, mitigation funds, and all these climate change issues have never been met to the full, sometimes not even 50%. So we must be innovative as Africans. We must think differently as Africans. If you go to your villages, there are stories that you'll be told by villagers who have never gone to anybody's school, but when you listen to them, the conclusion is there is climate change. You'll be told there used to be a big river here, and all you see is a dry gully. You'll be told there was a forest over there, and when you look, you see no forest. You'll be told we used to do things this way. For those of you who have lived as long as I have, in the 90s, in the 80s, in this country, in the western part of Kenya, for those of you coming from the west, because our ecosystems are a bit different, by the last week of February, you planted your maize whether there was rain or not, because you knew by the first week of March there is rain. And the rains will find your seeds in the soil, they'll germinate, they'll grow, you'll harvest. Today, the rains don't arrive sometimes up to end of March, sometimes into April, sometimes not at all. Like we just went through the cycle of our worst droughts in 40 years as a country. And these changes, we are told, sometimes are because of human activities. We have also been told by those who believe differently that it's because it's the wrath of God, and many other things. But we know the altruism is that the climate has changed and changed for the worse. And the genesis of this is human activities. We live as if there's no tomorrow. We pollute with total abundance. If you drive on the streets of Nairobi sometimes, as you drive, you see objects just flying out of people's cars. Packets of biscuits, paper bags of junk food, you just eat and throw them. And in the process, we are destroying our continent. But your role as legislators, you hold the pulse of your countries. The power of the purse lies in Parliament. Whatever it is that we want to do, you must stamp on the appropriations of our resources. So I want to encourage you as parliamentarians to ensure that in your respective jurisdictions, you are appropriating enough resources for adaptation and mitigation programs on climate change.